Cool cats, cool dudes, and Wayne Rooney's weight loss job. Welcome to We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. How you doing, Mr. Ben?
Excuse me. I'm good, mate. Yeah, his weight loss not going too well, is it? How are you, mate?
Well, he's half the man he used to be fair to him. But he literally he's got half the points he probably should have. Anyway, I'm not doing too bad. It's been an okay weekend.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Not absolutely perfect by any means, but, it could have gone far worse. All our rivals did not get maximum points, which is always nice. And even some of our Premier League rivals did not get maximum points because I have rivals everywhere. Not just in the immediate season. Anyway, here we go. So we've got some people in already. We've got Bremner's Ghost. He was in early. 3 minutes early. He was in early and evening all. Joined by Scooby D2 with evening. How do you do, Jim? I don't think he said that, but I'm going to pretend he said that. I'm good, Scoobs. Been an entertaining weekend. I'm doing the thing where I'm reading his Leeds language in English. Sorry.
You can't leave it there. That's exactly it. You're not northern, so I'll take over for you.
Please do.
So it's evening. How do, Jim? How do you do, Jim? Yeah. I'm good, Scoobs. Been an entertaining weekend. Now you can take over.
Now we're going to go back to some actual English from Tariq, our main man, up in Bolton. So I don't know why he said that.
Some actual English from Tariq. It's Tarak for a start.
Yeah, no. He's on a wrestling show with some of the Arsenal lot, and basically they call him Tariq.
It's because the fucking Arsenal lot, and you're from them ways.
Well, either way, I apologise if it turns out I'm wrong, sir. But
it's either way, not either.
Fuck off, Ben. Anyway, Bremner's Ghost. We're getting an English lesson here from Bremner's Ghost with the letter T.
Yeah, we don't have one. Off to pub.
Oh, so you are correct. Well, I'll try. I mean, I've been used to it the other way, but I don't know if that'll legally work for me. So, in my defence in court, so I'll try and call you what your actual name is. Hello. Anyway, how you doing? And Russ Morgan's here. He's saying evening to all of us. Evening. That's kind of his thing because it's kind of Unai Emery's thing. Nice to see Ben wearing the colours of my local football club, the mighty Mjøndalen IF. What does the IF mean in like Scandinavian, Sam, out of interest? Because I know there's a few of your sides there basically have that prefix or suffix or whatever. But no. I'm being really unfair to him. I'm expecting him to like give me a sort of four-line explanation within 4 seconds. So, is what it is. Take as long as he wants. But anyway, before we get into the actual match, just 2 things I found back just randomly online. Does that give you any memories, Ben?
Is that Norman?
It is. It's a Sabutio version of Norman Hunter punching Francis Lee in the face.
I like it. That's cool.
Not that we're condoning violence, but it's more of a historical artifact because they really kick the shit out of each other. Were they sent off for that fight? They were, weren't
they? Yeah.
But the fact that I'm unsure whether they were actually sent off for that fight tells you what football was actually like in the 70s.
It was like ice hockey.
Yeah, it really was. Did get an answer. IF stands for Idrettsforening, translates to Sport Association. I figured it might be something like that. Club has handball, bandy, similar to ice hockey, other sports as well as football. Thank you for that, Sam. Non-sarcasm. I do appreciate that because I didn't know.
Do you know that? No offense to you, Sam, but that's the first time I've ever seen you give an intelligent, straight answer.
There's a first time for everything. It really is.
I'm almost starting to believe you are human. But he wouldn't be thinking that, would he?
This is a learning show, and he's very kind. He's very polite. Thanks, Ben, you slag. Give Franny his due. A yard smaller. Didn't start it. Wasn't. I always believed he beat the shit out of Norman Hunter. Like, if you judged it on points, he won.
Oh, yeah. Sammy Lee won
for it. Yeah. You could tell after the match he wanted seconds. Like,
Billy Bremner beat Kevin Keegan, though.
He did. I mean, the real thing is we all lost deep down because we had to see Kevin Keegan's carpet rug of a chest.
Do you know the guy in the Leeds player who I wouldn't have fucked with in the set? Jack Charlton. He just looked nasty. When you pissed him off, it's like pissing off an angry horse, isn't it?
I actually think the FIFA official in the Mexico Ireland match at the World Cup in '94 should actually be given some kind of lifetime achievement award for daring to actually tell Jack Charlton when he can and can't make a substitution and living to tell himself.
The military medal for valor.
Yes, just the genuine bravery. It's like
Medal of Honor.
You might die in this situation.
Put your life before the line in this.
But yeah. Anyway, my apologies. And did you happen to catch the square ball this week with a particular scarf being discussed?
I did watch them, but I'm not. Do you know what it is?
No problem. Yeah, they do a lot of episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch them.
They were discussing when Bamford signed. Around the time that Bamford first signed for Leeds, there was a time where he did sign for Leeds. He hasn't just been a part of Leeds United since 1919, and the fake merchandise sellers around Ellen Road were they produced this monstrosity of a.
Oh yeah, I did watch this one. Yeah, I'm with you now. Yeah,
and I had to find it. I wanted to see what it looked like. So if anyone out there has a Jamie Bamford scarf, you're sitting on a treasure.
Some guy's got 500 of them in his garage.
Someone's got a lot of treasure in their garage.
The Trotter brothers.
He's really stalking local Plymouth care homes to get over his ineptitude. He might just be. I was thinking the other day who would win in the current team. I think Mighty Mouse would have most of them.
Can we just give props to Cardiff? So that was quite fun watching that end of that yesterday.
I'll tell you this, on Gary's show, Brownie, when he popped up and was like, basically, he said, City have scored. And it was genius in hindsight because I started furiously looking to see if Man City had scored the equaliser. Spoiler, they didn't. But I didn't realise Brownie meant his own team, Cardiff, which obviously I should have known better, but didn't. And then you should have seen him when they scored again.
Yeah, there's a world outside Manchester that have Uniteds and Cities.
Yeah, there really is. It really is. It's my own fault for falling into that trap, but I think on some level he knew that and he got me. But also, what's really important here is that when they did score the second goal, I think he did the YouTube equivalent of actually taking his shirt off and running down the street. He was very excited. He was if you're out there, Brownie, he's a very excitable man. Just not the first time he's done that. And just in case no one actually did catch it, Jamie Bamford. I wonder how it'll work out for him at Ellen Road. Very profitable, I'd imagine, unless you're a scarf owner. But can you imagine when they realised that his name wasn't Jamie? How did he even get that far to be printed?
His name was Jamie. I mean,
how did he even get that far?
I'm going to Google Jamie Bamford, right, and see if there is a Jamie Bamford.
I mean, can you imagine if there is a Jamie Bamford? I'm presuming there is, but you could just get him one of those scarves for his birthday and go, you're like a footballer now, Jamie.
He's famous, man.
Brownie the nut job gets upset when we say United, and he says there is a Sheffield team, but then he blurts out City doing the same as us.
It's a bit bright. It says basically
Oh no, I can see it there.
Jamie Bamford, Greater Manchester Police mugshot.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So he went from scarf to prison staff. Not
He looks
staff.
like a
That doesn't
smacker,
work.
allegedly. Anyway.
Yeah.
We don't want him suing me.
So anyway, there is a football match to discuss. You know the drill by now, Ben. I got in a helicopter pre-match to take a footage of the scene of the crime.
A lovely Chinese high-sense TV.
Yeah, thing of beauty. The stadium, not the high-sense Chinese TV. But
we need rid of them asbestos roofs, don't we?
Genius. We're just it's like it's football church this. While all the Arsenal fans sit there and go, "What are you talking about?"
It's just a 13th century church. It's falling to bits.
Sam Greenwood is I thought Sam Greenwood was basically going to do some of his best work here, and then he goes and ruins it. All by saying, "Why does the Ello Road car park look like a garbage dump? How dare you, sir?" Does that side of the image actually have the?
Who's calling it a garbage dump? Mr. Greenwood, at least this garbage dump has a soul. And a fucking shit all the Emirates.
Plymouth fan praised the chippy earlier. High praise from a place on the coast. Yeah, that's a good point actually, because they do tend to do good fish and chips around those the coastal regions. That car park used to be Fullerton Park training ground, mate. Fucking Bremner's ghost coming in.
I remember when there was a pitch in the car park. You used to see like the reserves warming up for a game on a Saturday. That's in 88, 89.
Well, this was your starting lineup. Spoiler, I think it goes on to be quite a good one. But was there anything you would have changed pre-game?
Yeah, there is, right? And the reason for it is we paid $3 million for a player.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, so Plymouth at home, if you're not going to play anyone against Plymouth, I mean, he put two youth players on later on in the game, so I'm starting to wonder what it is about this Schmidt kid and why he's not getting a chance. And is it just another career that Farker's just going to let go to the wayside? It's like Joffrey. That's the part of Farker I don't like. Is what's the point in having these players if you're not going to use them?
They could have paved over it properly. I think Farker has he must have like his own private toilets or something, and Schmidt did a shit in his private toilet. There has to be something that has happened where he's like, no, if every player in my team gets injured, I'm just going to put youth team players in that spot. Yeah. But, I mean, his only defences remotely would be, am I supposed to drop Junior Firpo? I'll be like, no, you're not, but...
He had that option last week then. So you're not going to play him left back. Is he a right back? Oh, no, you had that option this week.
I would just put Firpo up front. I mean, I'm not really being 100% serious when I say this, but I'd put Firpo up front, knowing we won 3-0. Put Firpo up front, stick Schmidt in his spot.
Yeah. Look, right, if he's shit, fair enough, he's shit, right? But Plymouth at home is the game to find out that he's shit. Is it not?
Arguably, that's true. Sam Greenwood is now trying to work his way back into our good books with good result for you guys. I actually want to see Leeds back up in the Prem. And I'll say
it's too late for kissing ass now, Sam. It's too late.
I mean, it's kind of going to work because I'm
easily
bribable. We're going to come back up
and we're going to spank you boys, and you're going to cry on the trip and Arsenal Fan TV and whatever else, Arsenal Circle podcast and AFTV and Gooners.
They never cry on their channels. What are you talking about, Ben? They never get upset on their channels when they don't win 9-0. It never happens. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. But Sorry. That was the London in me coming out. Don't know what you on about, mate. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, and just for a laugh, this is the name that player. Who is that? I don't know.
Also, that one, him.
He's not
I'm going to
Forshaw.
say that's Plego Zuelo, or Sorinola, or better, or Mumba. It could be Mumba. Mumba's pretty much my favourite right now.
I don't know why. I got a feeling that Puegazello is white, but I don't know. Oh, hang on. He used to play for Arsenal. No, he's white. I think so. Anyway, yeah. So, right. Well, I'll look at Sorinola.
Have you not got the Google with the page?
No. Oh, hang on. You're right. I probably have actually. It's not him either, but he actually looks like Isaac Schmidt, the Sorinola. Anyway, actually saw social media posts wanting Pep out. Mumba number 5. Did Forshaw? Yeah, he did. They also have another player who does play for Leeds, but is on loan at Plymouth, but he couldn't play. But I'm not saying any of that like they would have won if he could, because there's obviously a reason we've loaned him out.
Yeah, Donny Darko.
Yeah. Did you call him Donny Darko?
Donny Darko, JB.
You know what? Tarak.
Well done, Tom. That was hard for you.
I had to think about it. I do apologise. Don't really mean to sound disrespectful with that. Houghton. I mean, no, he's probably going to be right.
Is it in relation to Ray? Ray was a good player.
Right, let's start matching up the photos.
Og Webber in there at the back. Oh, it's Mumba. It's Mumba. No, it's
Mumba. Is it Mumba number 2?
It's Mumba. He's got the facial beard.
Ah, see. Oh, it's yeah.
Mumba
number 2. Anyway, so that is how Plymouth turned out.
What's the name? Mumba's shit.
Donny Darko is the cousin of Lenny Lito, and cousin and sucks. Yeah, sorry. That was a trap. There was a trap there from Jimmy. The reason I'm trying the Plymouth one first is because the audacity of whoever works for FootMob and puts this together, Ben. I think you need to sort this man out.
Yeah, man. They've all got photos. It's like
they have all got photos. They're all in the wrong fucking place. Why can't I just have one thing on the internet that just goes, here's your team, they're in the positions they're actually going to play in. Don't get me wrong, there was that game where they did play not knowing defensive midfield. But, you know, I just... If they had played Tanaka at attacking midfield, I'm sure he'd been fine. Because he's great.
Fine there. I really do. I think pushing further forward, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see if he goes with the pairing of Ampadu and Tanaka, and then lets him unleash him a bit.
Yeah, you could be right there. But what I also want to get at is with their formation, it did not take long for this to turn into a back 5. Because almost immediately I pressed refresh on the thing and it went, they actually planned 5 at the back during the game. And then out of possession, they were 6 at the back. Out of possession, 6 at the back.
Well, there were more like 9 at the back, weren't they?
Oh, well, it's interesting you say that because basically the 4 in front of that 6 were about 2 yards in front of that 6. Not that we're a Plymouth channel, but I kind of understand why they did this. Because they've got Portsmouth on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. And that is obviously a game that they feel they can win. So they're going to play their best players in that game. Miss the old 4-4-2. That's true. That's true. They did actually put their forwards on at half time, or they put Andre Gray on at half time.
We got a glimpse, didn't we, a few games back of 4-4-2.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was nice.
I don't think it will ever truly go out of fashion, personally.
I think it's very profitable in this league.
What I will say, in regards to Jimmy's question of any news on, I don't think Rooney will get sacked unless they lose against Portsmouth.
Yeah, it was never going to be. I think the fact that he got out of jail the week before gave him a bit more breathing room.
Yeah. I do admire that. Don't get me wrong. I don't praise him often, but I do admire that he's actually having a go at because obviously he could sit at home on the money he was earning at Manchester United. He could, as a player, he could sit in his house for the rest of his life and basically live his life, and not just like waiting for the Manchester United job to come along. He's basically took decisions that means he will never get that job, because he's obviously proved
what he's good at.
Go on,
he takes it well.
Yeah.
He takes the abuse off everywhere he goes, and he takes it well. I mean, I don't like the player, but personally, on a footballing level, I don't like the player. He's scum. But as a person, he's just a person. I have no thoughts on him really. I mean, everyone does what they do in their own life, and to judge just because he's in the public eye it's not right, is it? So, but we'll all have a laugh and a joke about it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to football in terms, he's scum. So that's how it is.
No, you're
right.
right.
I think he takes it well.
Yeah, I do. Like, what I mean really is I admire that he could have sat there for 5 years, waited basically for, like Ruud van Nistelrooy in England. I know he's done assistant work elsewhere, but like Ryan Giggs got the job for a brief time by just being Ryan Giggs to some degree. Like, he could have been in that situation, but he was like, no, I actually want to make a name for myself at managing, at coaching. I want to still be in football. I admire that. Turns out he's not very good at it. But, you got to try that to find that out. But anyway,
everyone's got a league where everyone's got a level, and management's no different. It's like MLS. He wasn't doing too badly over there, so maybe that's his level. Maybe League One. Give him to a team that's got. I mean, and then there's give him to a team that's got some money. See what he can do then. He's been at Derby, and he's been on a budget wherever he's been. So
but he managed Derby. Derby, I know I'm not factually true on this, but it feels like Derby partly had no money because he played for them, because he was on a lot of money as a player at Derby. Then he became the coach, and he's like, "Why not got a transfer budget?" It's like, have a look in your bank, mate. That's not factually true, but I imagine it didn't help. Because he was definitely on like 80 grand a week at Derby in the Championship at one point. Definitely. Because I think the sponsor had to pay towards some of it.
Yeah, it was 32 red. Because
I
remember a few Leeds fans, why don't they pay our wages?
Yeah. David Villamartin has turned up. He's here well early, actually, to be fair to him. Usually hear from him like the morning after, where he's like, "Watch your show, lads, and this is my take, blah blah." And I do read it all. But I'm glad you're watching it live. Hi guys, Argyle was shite. I kind of got the proof that they were, so no lies so far. Worse we've played so far, and some have been dross. Mumba accepted. I mean, we're all going to be fans of Mumba number 2.
He's getting an Eddie Beach status here, isn't he?
Yeah. Who is very decent, took it till the 84th minute before he misplaced a putt. That's a long time when you've basically been pinned in for an hour and a half, including the first half stoppage, which was about 2 minutes apparently, wasn't it?
I agree, great win, but I don't think it was a great performance. It was comfortable in a way where we didn't have to break a sweat, which, look, in a 3-game week's good. I know you don't want to be knackered, but I just feel that sometimes we should just take these opportunities and just batter them. It's like, as you'll see with the Wanker of the Week, we have a nemesis.
I'm going to bring that. I'll bring that forward into this as well, because there's no point in doing other stuff and then go watch your Wanker of the Week, because it's very very part of this. Yeah. So it's just really important to recognise the man is back after basically sacrificing a week of his life for us and a yellow card, 5 of them, in fact. The man is back at Ellen Road. He is. So, Junior, welcome back.
Eddie Murphy should play Junior in the movie, Firpo the movie.
I agree. But
I could play Senior, maybe Senior Firpo.
If only Richard Pryor was still alive, he could be Senior while Eddie was Junior. But still, who out there to the chat? Who would play? I have to go, guys. Great show as always. Sam, plug your YouTube for Sunday, Thursday. Sorry, wrong day. Sam's doing his own YouTube show now on a Thursday.
Oh, cool, man.
Where basically he talks shit for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it's good. It's great. It is good. It's good. The styling's of Sam.
Well, I wasn't being sarcastic there. It'd be very interesting listening to Sam chat shit for an hour and a half.
Hey, you, Russ. Only kidding. Good night. Good night. I was going to call him Jimmy because Jimmy replied to him. Have a good night, Sam. Thank you for stopping by as it was. Tell a lie. You know what? I'm going to do it for you. He's got his own YouTube channel. That's his YouTube channel. If you're not already, subscribe to him. So it's almost like I knew I was going to need to do that. No problem, Sam. Slags in the dark. Tom. Oh, it's convenient. I just happen to be a regular guest on his show.
Not you on another Arsenal fucking show.
There's no football on it. There's no football. No football.
Oh, good.
It's sorry to anyone who's loving the football.
It's putting the world to rights, yeah.
Yeah, it was a conscious effort. It was like, you know what? There's loads of shows where you talk about football. Just talk about movies or bullshit or whatever.
I suggested that. We'll do a movie show. Fucking watch a movie every week and then review it.
That's interesting.
I can watch any movie you want.
Is that because of legal means?
No comment.
Well, you're trained well. So the game kicks off. Seriously, have a good night, Sam. If that's you gone, have a good night, sir. We kick off, and obviously, who was our man in the Dan James? Yeah. So I was fearful for the first 29 minutes because the longer that went 0-0, the harder it was going to get to score. But then in the 30th minute, you got like women are like buses, where they're like there's none at all, and then there's 3 at once. Well, it turns out Leeds United goals against Plymouth are like buses. They're like women that are like buses. Because Daniel James scored. Someone messaged me, Moss, I believe his name is. I don't believe his name is. I know his name is Moss. Said the Welsh Messi, and I was sitting there thinking, Welsh, all the way from Hull. yeah, but I didn't correct him because it sounded good.
I watched him midweek. He was sat with Joe Rodon doing a bit for LUTV, and I thought when he sat next to Joe Rodon, right, the Welsh in his accent came right out, but he still had the Hull tinge in it, you know.
Is he one of them people?
McLaren. Yeah, he's one of them people.
One of them people like adapts his accent depending on who he's in conversation with. Yeah, interesting. His goal was lovely though. Atai was saying, "How you doing, sir? How you doing?" Melier, best keeper in the league. Another clean sheet. France is 6th, maybe 7th. In all seriousness, David, he's been very well protected since that
Don't,
happened.
don't give me another clean sheet. Oh, God. I know he's only fucking being sarcastic there, but yeah, another clean sheet. He don't get the merits for that one, does he?
I imagine you have to stay switched on the off chance that you do need to do something. But he
Oh, like
must have been
Sunderland, yeah.
fucking bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have been fucking bored. And people might think I'm being arrogant, but obviously the stats of this game tell you he must have been fucking bored.
I prefer him bored, to be honest. He's a lot more effective bored.
And Russ Morgan saying hello to Taib. The goal was lovely. Just Nonto gets another assist. He's going to catch up to Firpo's assist count at this rate for 2024, which is a bit upsetting. But so Firpo needs to step that up to keep himself as the assist king. We're on our way to another 90 points trophy this season. We certainly are, but I'd like that to come with a trophy. Even if it's the runner-up one, I don't care.
I don't want the runner-up one. That means we have to finish second to somebody.
Yeah, but the prize is the same, ultimately.
Yeah, I know, but it's the bragging rights.
Look,
I'll take promotion, but I don't want to finish second.
What?
I'm not going to cry at it. I'm not going to cry at it if we finish second. I'm probably going to dance around the room still, but I want to be greedy. It's not often I'm greedy.
Let's see. Right. Wayne Rooney did say, and his words have been twisted here, but he was basically like Leeds got lucky on their goals. And it was like, well, yeah, we did. We got the sort of luck that I wish we had more of, as in the ball drops to you through defensive ineptness.
We got the sort of luck that you get when you shoot, which your team failed to do.
That's true. If you're not first, you're last.
Correct.
Correct me if I'm wrong with the character, but he has been turned into Ricky Bobby, played by Will Ferrell. I believe. Greed is good. Greed is good. Yeah. I do love a bit of Ricky Bobby. Spot on, Ben. Spot on, Ben. There you go. David's confirming you are right, even though I don't care. It is what it is. Anyway, what I mean by this, like, what I'm agreeing with Wayne Rooney is basically there were two occasions where his defence should have got that ball away from the goal, and they didn't. It was like pinball.
I thought he was offside at first.
He was offside.
Yeah.
But because of the deflection off the defender, it doesn't matter that he's offside, which is why the goal stands. He was definitely offside, but it doesn't matter because they fucked up. Essentially, that's the rules of it. Like, we scored from the corner, technically, because Johnny Cooper said this. When that ball comes in, and because they don't leave the box, the phase of the play is the same. So when it comes out to Nonto and then he slides it across Dan James and James puts it in the top corner, that's a goal from a corner.
That was more a goal from a corner than the one in February.
Yeah.
The one in February I don't class as a goal from a corner, even though I understand exactly what he's saying. But a goal from a corner is a goal from a corner. The ball leaves the box and it comes back in, and it's a different phase of play for me.
I suppose they say that because there has to be a definitive cut-off point statistically. And I think that's purely why, is it? Like, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't have said that was a goal from a corner. But a call on Saturday.
I do believe that this rule's probably changed since a lot more short corners are taken these days.
Yeah, because like, I don't mean to tell you how to suck eggs on this kind of thing, but most teams don't score corners anymore. Not from corners. Like, the percentages have gone down because teams don't put as much stock
lower
in
league. The lower league where you get the set pieces and shit. Yeah.
Only like for example, West Ham's Europa League team, that era of West Ham relied on it because they'd have the big lads.
How many Sean Dyche teams are left? Do you know what I mean? With big blue players, and they're not the done thing anymore, are they?
It's dying out.
They want the Brendan
ironically,
Aronson built players.
Yeah. But that's why, like, a Chris Wood is going to stand out, because despite the fact that the football may not necessarily be tailored to him exactly, he's still a big fucker.
Like, you can bully your defence.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of bullying a defence, I mean, he didn't, but Brendan Aronson, look at his happy little face. His happy little fuck face.
He looks about 14, doesn't he?
He does. They should ID him immediately. I don't even know if he can get a beer if he tried to get served. Anyway, but again, that was another one. Ball should never have got to him, but it did. I mean, Piru fucked up the back heel ultimately. Still landed at his feet. But I mean, it's great.
What point did you go, fuck's sake, Piro, and then it ended up in the net?
It happened too fast, really, for me to even register that he'd actually fucked it up before it ended up in the, if you get what I mean. It was like, bosh, goal. And it was like, but again, these are the sort of goals that you only really get when the other team's really going through it. Because, again, like, you're right, like, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. And we were trying to buy a lot of tickets yesterday. I wish we tried to do that a lot more against other teams.
Yeah, Bristol being one.
Yeah. But we're going to half time, and without being arrogant, I'd argue the game was done. The game was done at 1-0. Statistically, it was done at 1-0. It was done when we started shooting. That's the look of a man that scored a goal where he knew he was offside. But anyway, he can't believe he got away with it. It's like, well, you did because of ineptness of defence. I wanted to say here that Wayne was didn't look like he was having the most fun time out there. But then also just behind him, Daniel Farker's looking very similar, despite being 3-0 up. Aronson on his way to redemption now. Tom has relaxed the amount of goals he has to score this season to 38. Yes, true. You know what? I'll be even fairer to him. I will accept 38 goal contributions. Assists also count in this. But I'm not going to count them.
I'll just accept that he keeps doing what he's doing.
Nah, I'm not going to accept him doing what he's doing. I want fucking results from him. Because he is a player. He has the look of a man who is wishing that he wished he'd stayed with us last season, because he would have been playing football instead of sitting on the bench in Germany. And he could have been a lot better off for it.
He looks like he's got a point to prove.
Because he has.
Yeah, and I think that paves way for his performances. Look, if he can't shine in this league, he can't shine in any league, can he? So
I think he put his development back a year, personally.
And doing what he's doing, I'm happy with him. I don't fall in love with players often, to be honest. Junior had been an exception. I think I'm going to like this new midfielder as well.
The big fella.
Yeah, Joseph with no
H.
Spelled different, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. It's the next one. We gave our debut to Joshua.
That's it, Joshua. Joshua.
Yeah. I actually pronounced it to Sam Greenwood yesterday. And now I've totally forgot out. Joshua Gilavogi or Giavogi. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he's a big lad. He's pardon my language, he's a fucking unit.
He seems to be a silky passer too.
I think he only misplaced like 3 passes or something, which is still quite impressive when you end up making like 30 passes or whatever it ended up being. He probably made more passes than Plymouth. I don't know, but possibly. Anyway, also of note, I mean, he will be really important because he's got the experience. He's got experience at, like, he's played international football. Like, he's actually played international football, not in the David's giving caps at to the goalkeeper willy-nilly. But, like, he's actually played for, like, 7 times maybe, but he's still got there. You ain't getting in that French team for anything unless you're half decent. We need a unit. Prevent our little guys getting smacked. Yeah, I don't expect him to rattle off 30 appearances this season, but it's nice to have him come on to control games or calm them down a bit, or even like actually the opposite of calm them down, actually get in and start smashing people up. Because we are a very small team. Like physically, we are a small team. Apart from like 2 or 3 players, I was saying this last week. Like Pascal Strauch is the one who you look for when you come up for corners. Nice to have 2 people have them look at. But anyway, then we gave a debut to Charlie Crew and Sam Chambers. Congratulations, lads. Admittedly, they're probably not going to play much for Leeds, but it's still nice for them. Warning should be nice, so he comes on each other. That escalated quickly. But did you know what happened on the day that Sam Chambers was born? Okay. It's time for a mid-show question of the week. I didn't mean to press that twice. Anyway, roll up. No, I really didn't. But I was actually looking to see if we could get the audio, but then I just ended up pressing it again. Anyway, no, I'm not going to do it again, even though I know Russ likes the noise. Roll up to your mid-show question of the week, sponsored by Director John. Sam Chambers made his Leeds United debut against Plymouth, but who was in the lineup for the day he was born? Now, for context, he was born on 18th of August 2007 for a Leeds United 4-1 win over Southend. Who was in the lineup? Right, Ben sat with that plant behind him. Looks a bit like Sideshow Bob. That's exactly what he said just before we pressed the online.
It's prickling me in my head. It's doing my head in. Literally. I'm just John won't like this, but I'm going down.
Well, this was the initials of the.
Right, we're going.
I'm sure my nan was thinking it. My nan was thinking that, and she's been dead for 21 years. Anyway, yeah, Casper Ankerman's correct. That's
Rui
correct.
Marquez.
That's correct.
Matt Hard. No, we'll come back to that.
Matt Hardy's a wrestler.
Andy Hughes.
Andy Hughes, correct.
David Trutton.
Correct.
I know the IW. I'll come back to that 1 second. Jermaine Beckford.
Yeah, correct. Russ Morgan.
Jonathan Douglas.
You're running through these, Ben. I'm impressed.
So that leaves
Diamond Dallas Page, correct.
IWTK.
You was correct that MH is a Matt something. That was correct. Jonathan Douglas is correct as well. You did say Jermaine Beckford, didn't you? Of course you did. Who was his strike partner that day? Ian Wone has played for Leeds United, but he did not play for Leeds United on August the 18th, 2007. This was our first season in League One, for anyone who's not aware. It's our first home game in League One.
TK's bugging me.
You'll kick yourself. We would have been sat on -9 points at the time. -6 after we won this one. I knew as soon as I
18.
said -9, this was coming up. Jimmy, never changed, brother.
I give up with them.
Actually chant that. All right, so the
80.
AT, he played for Bolton. He played for Bolton, Aston Villa, and he had one cap for England while he played for Celtic. He was the first English player to ever get a cap for England while playing for Celtic. He was not bad at free kicks, if I recall.
Tresor Candle, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Lewis Morgan.
Tresor Candle. So
I know who it is, but I can't. Alan Thompson.
Yes, Alan Thompson. What's it? IW? Don't know. I know nothing about Ian Westlake. Sorry, what?
Ian Westlake.
Yeah. Who else are you looking for?
That was it.
MH.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Matt.
Hughes.
Yeah, Alan Thompson played for Leeds. I think he
Humphreys.
was on loan to us, and then we signed him. But it's Matt Heath.
Heath.
That is the same day. If you didn't, did you know DP?
Yeah, David Prutton.
Yeah, I was going to say host of Sky Sports nowadays. I thought it was quite good for Leeds, to be fair to him.
Headband on, long hair.
Yes, doesn't look like he does now. So that's the correct answer. Of these players, one of them played at the 2006 World Cup, I believe. Which
Rui
one?
Marquez.
It is Rui Marquez for Angola. Naturally, he naturally I gravitated towards him. He was the Firpo of his day.
Yeah.
And John couldn't help add. Anyone feel old?
Not as old as you, John.
Made me feel ancient. Made me feel absolutely ancient. Reading this about us playing a game on the day that Sam Chambers was born. He was. That's true. I don't think he could do the flip though. Candle and Beckford were like the greatest strike partnership on earth for like that first 4 months in League One. But I don't know if you know this, Ben. Who also played for Leeds in that? Who actually scored the winning goal in that game, like to make it 2-1?
Becchio.
I'll give you another clue. Played for Chelsea.
Dennis Wise.
No. He's one of his mates. It's
oh,
purely why he was at the club.
The
big
Scandinavian.
Fella. Yeah.
Yeah, I always say Fjortov, but it was the other one.
Yeah, Tor Andre Flo.
That's him, Flo.
Yeah. Basically, it was 1-1 until like the last 5 minutes, and then we scored 3 goals. I watched highlights of it today, just randomly. Anyway. So yeah, I thought that was something different. So, cut a long story short, the game then just ended because I think we took pity on them personally after a certain point. I'm glad that they didn't get the consolation goal that we usually give away to teams. So that was nice. You got to make Melier feel safe, haven't you? Because
well, we've got to shoot to give that away, unless
yeah.
Yeah.
Your eyes don't deceive you. Plymouth did have an XG of 0.00000 as far as it recurs. They had nothing. 21% of the ball. They had 30 touches in Leeds half, which I imagine most of them were kicking off. They kicked off 4 times, obviously.
Also 203 passes. 80 were to us.
Yeah. It's just do you know this is genuinely true? This is the second lowest ever in the Championship Sorry, it's the second time it ever happened in the Championship since they started recording stats 10 years ago, like this, that a team has had an XG of nothing. Because it's usually 0. It would at least be like 0.02. So there'd be like a shot that got blocked or something that would count for XG or whatever, but they got nothing. Yeah, that's a fair point, Jimmy. Jimmy says, kind of nuts that a scorer like Rooney can't get his team to shoot. They weren't supposed to. They really weren't like that. I don't think they set out to get anything. They just wanted their best. They wanted Morgan Whittaker to not get hurt in the game. Because he will play on Wednesday or whenever they play next. And if they do beat Portsmouth, their plan today or yesterday will be considered success. I don't know if you remember when Mick McCarthy did it, where he basically, like, I think Wolves, when he managed Wolves, they went to, argument's sake, they played at Man United. But basically, he changed 11. Kids, yeah, he made 11 changes, and like, football was in uproar over it. And he was like, well, yeah, but my job doesn't really hinge on beating Man United. It hinges on beating Burnley in midweek or whatever it was. And they won 1-0. It's like, that's the 3 points I set out to get, and I got them. But, you know, he's still Mick McCarthy at the end of the day, so he got sacked at some point. Is what it is. But yeah, so it was looking all right for us, and considering most Leeds fans, like Ben, did seem overly enamoured with the game. I would take this every week, personally.
Yeah, I'd say that every week. Granted, I would, but...
Yeah, you get that every week.
You feel something slip, don't you? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
because
I don't know.
Ben, this ain't really that far removed from the Burnley performance. The only real difference is that one player made one mistake. Burnley went down the other end and scored, and then it carried on like this. Maybe I'm
fully confident, right, that we're the best team in this league, and barring our own cock-ups, we will walk this league. It's early days still, you know. I don't expect any gaps just yet. We'll close Sunderland down, and we will eventually move on with it. But
yeah, I'm gonna get
a bit entertaining every now and again.
Yeah, when I say I'm getting Russ Morganish about it, because I can't help but feel like the real thing that will do us in is the thing that we can't affect is when the other teams play each other, because it's the same. Like, it's just, I'm not really saying anything that no one doesn't already know, in the sense that teams play us a lot harder than they play each other. Which, again, I can't prove it, but you know, deep down you feel it. Like, what's the word? QPR obviously played up to Sunderland this weekend because they'd know they'd get killed if they didn't. But there are loads of these games where later in the season, when they've got nothing to really play for, but they'll still actually want to beat Leeds United because they hate us. As they should. But it just always seems to...
There's not many teams in the league where the rest of the league turn up and put 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
And play them drab tactics of slowing it down and trying to nick a goal on the break. They're a lot more open at the back because they're having a go at other teams.
It's why people go, it's the best league in the world, because everyone can beat everyone. It's like, yeah, because teams set up to try and beat the other team. Whereas it feels like teams have to stop us from winning. And not necessarily by outscoring us. But, you know, other than that. Anyway, let me take off my Russ Morgan tinfoil hat, but still. Sponsored by Russ Morgan. I can't stop saying his name. Russ Morgan. Anyway, what? Sorry. No, it's a good lad. It's a good lad in all seriousness. He's a nice lad. Where are we going now? Ain't done this for a while, Ben. Twat in black. David Webb was the referee for this one.
No problem with him. Easy game to referee. What was the foul count?
Bookings? Yeah, we just had the stats up here, and I don't know. There was 26, but again, no cards. So yeah,
it wasn't that sort of game. It was an easy game
nah,
to referee. There was no major decisions.
yeah.
It was fine. Went unnoticed, which is what you want.
I'm gonna guess that all the decisions he got were routine, not remotely controversial, because the game affected itself without being too arrogant about it. If he'd have done anything that changed that, then there would have been a problem. And I don't mean that in like he can't do anything against Leeds. It was just, you would have to be looking for it the way the game played out. But anyway, and also I should have done this earlier, but wanker of the week. Sorry, I didn't do that. Didn't do that the way we usually do it. Sorry, Ben. It's time for wanker
You're
of the
all
week.
sorts.
Yeah. Wanker of the week. It's because I'm too excited over this mid question of the week thing. Anyway, wanker of the week is
Half time.
I know why, but Ben, for the benefit of the audience, why have you personally selected half time as the
Something
wanker
seems
of
to
the week?
happen at half time, whether the cup of tea's drugged with Rohypnol or Farker tells them to calm it down. Or, there's just something happens at half time, and we just don't come out second half the same team. And I know we weren't troubled at any point during that second half yesterday. It wasn't the same control, was it? It took a while to get going, and then it didn't get going.
Well, I know Fark said it was a shame like we didn't get one or two more after half time. But I get the feeling he told them to put the handbrake off.
Yeah.
Or put the
I
handbrake
feel
on.
right.
Sorry.
If we hadn't scored in the first half, then that's what the game would have been. We hadn't scored when we did.
Well, I mean, you could tell the fact that we scored when we did and then scored a minute after showed what that goal actually did to them. Because they came to get a 0-0 win, and then they conceded like third of the way through the game. But anyway, let's have a look at the rest of the results in the Championship, which again, congratulations to Brownie and his Cardiff City team. That
I had to look again. I did.
I couldn't believe it.
Again. I couldn't believe it. It's not. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the highlights of it since, and it's not like they sat back and took a beating. They were in the game up until they scored twice. So
It's astonishing that it's the same players that got no points in like the first 5 games or something.
Mad what a manager can do, isn't it? It's mad.
Yeah. What do you think their old manager Bullet is sat there thinking every time they win a game? I'd be furious. I'd be like, why didn't you do that when I'm the manager? But then I presume the players would then go, well, why didn't you tell us to play better football?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, this is a great point, Jimmy. I think this is sort of the best we could realistically expect the results to go, because you're never going to get all your rivals lose. It's just not going to happen, because you're all up the top end for a reason. But I hope that's the truth as well.
I once sold on them when they came to us. So
what's that, mate?
I don't look. They are a threat, but I don't think they're going to be our most threatening team, to be honest.
What, Burnley?
No, I think you might get somebody else that pops in, which is why I think we can run away with it, because Burnley didn't look that great, did they? Sheffield United didn't look that great. Sunderland probably might be Sunderland, to be honest.
the thing I think I get with Sunderland, I think like it's a bit Ipswichy. Like everyone's just assuming they're going to lose games, and Ipswich didn't.
Which is why I will not write them off. You want to write them off, but you know that it's at your peril because of last year.
No, I'm not writing. I'm not writing off Sunderland until we're in front of them, and there's an actual part of the season where I know they can't catch us.
Yeah, a bit of daylight.
Exactly. Because I'd say it's really naive to do that because we've lived this. It feels like we're listening to the same record, but it's slightly different because they're a big side and their fans are obviously going to get. It's similar, like their fans going to get behind the side, like supposedly our fans get behind us.
If they get Henderson, that's a big player for them.
Yes, that's a game changer because again, the level of football in the Championship is so far below the Premier League as we are finding out now, and we've always known it, but
it's a bigger gap than last time.
Oh, it's never been bigger. Like for example, in my opinion, with Ipswich, their tactic of basically buying anyone that they read online that Leeds United were interested in has not worked. But if we'd have got them same players, we'd have been fine because at the level we're currently at, they'd be very good for it. But they're not. They're not collectively. They are not a Premier League side.
No, which makes me think that that's what they've bought. Thinking ahead for next season.
But the thing is, they're going to be on so much money that they're not going to be able to keep all of them.
No, but
and they'll keep enough of them, of course. But
are they thinking parachute payments, which might not be there?
I think
Norwich did it, didn't they? Norwich just went up and down for the paycheck, didn't they? Let's be honest. Good way to finance your club after nearly going bankrupt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised at how competitive Norwich actually are, considering how many years they've not actually been in the Premier League. Like I get the feeling if we don't go up,
this year 4 now with them.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah. This is their 4th year now, isn't it?
Yeah, because obviously they would have gone down the year before us.
No, it's their 3rd year because they only got 2 years of parachute payments because they only paid up a year.
Yeah.
So it's the 3rd year, but with
so they need it as well. And I'll bring up the table, but well done Cardiff putting some daylight between them and Plymouth.
They're proving inconsistent, aren't they, Norwich, which pretty much most of the league is at the minute.
Well, yeah, because they should have won. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Brownie and his team, but obviously they're 1-0 up in the 89th minute. They should be on 21 points. Realistically, they should be, but they're not because, again, as Ben said, inconsistency, and that kill you in this league because then you just become one of the pack. But saying that, I'm satisfied at the moment with 2 points a game. That's generally the margin that gets you in the Premier League. Could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. Watford are surprising me because Watford scored 6 goals yesterday. Have a look at that. They put 6 past Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, they had one player score 4 goals in the second half. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't tell you which one it was that played against us. I mean, I know it's Bayo, but because I had one that was terrorising us. But I don't think it was Bayo. It was just a big lump up front. It was their Niall Quinn, even though he's obviously not Niall Quinn, but anyway. So in midweek, we go to Millwall, who this sounds really strange, Ben. I was sitting there thinking, because obviously when it got to injury time and it was 0-0 or 1-0, sorry, I was sitting there thinking, would it really be the worst thing if Burnley equalised? because of the fact that they're now going to feel like they can do us.
Interesting fixtures for the other two. To say we've had them fixtures already, so.
Have we gone away to Preston yet?
No.
No, but I mean that's never a good trip for us.
I was on about Burnley, Sheffield United. I didn't.
Oh no, I get that. Well, I was thinking more like of who we're actually chasing. But yeah, Sheffield United going to Bristol City and what's the other one? West Brom, yeah. Sam, he did score again for Preston. Problem is, their defending lets him down. But that's the story of Preston in general. They'll sell. Is Sam Greenwood on loan to Preston from us, or is he actually?
He's gone, I think, is he?
Oh, so they'll make a few quid on him when they sell him on. Because when he ends up getting like 15 goals, they'll sell him up the food chain, and by up the food chain, I mean someone in 8th will take him. But anyway, obviously, this time next week we'll have 2 games to discuss, or mainly, obviously, Leeds versus QPR. Should be a 9-point week, really.
Should be.
I don't know if it actually will be, but it should be. I'd take 7. By 7, by 7, no. I mean, at worst, I'd take a draw at Millwall. At worst.
No, Tom. That's not what's going to close that gap.
That's a fair point. Fair point. I can't argue that. But yeah, obviously we need 2 wins. Following on from yesterday, Portsmouth are. Oh no. What is it? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Plymouth are playing Portsmouth. I mean, I'm not going to watch it, but I imagine it would be. Sam's on.
You don't let 2 of your rivals draw and then let them off the hook, do you? It's not the done thing.
Nah. It's not the done thing, but it feels like a Leedsy thing.
You're probably right there, David. I wasn't 100% on it.
Yeah, no, I don't know factually. I mean, we only have a YouTube channel about Leeds. I should know these things, but
I don't really care, to be honest. His days are done with us, are they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Unless we go down a division.
then it'd be Sam Greenwood, my old friend.
And then in 20 years we'll be doing. Oh, what was the team that played on this young kid's debut when he was born?
It'd be funny if someone was actually born yesterday and then actually ends up playing for Leeds in like 2042 or something like that. And then it actually becomes a question, but still fascinating. I think we've done all that. I think it's time for some dipshits. Before that, though, we'll just have a quick look over. This is mine and Ben's predictions for all our games through November. Now, obviously, to keep it for context, obviously, we just do them all at the start of the month. So there's actually no... When we play Blackburn, these picks are not made with the context of knowing what the other 5 games were, obviously. But yeah, I think it's going to be a heavy point month. But admittedly, I do think we're dropping at Millwall for whatever.
I think we're dropping at Blackburn.
Because I think we'll win at Blackburn.
Well, I think we'll win at Millwall.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, but...
And that is the end of We Are Hull Leeds.
Yeah, you fucker. I dare you not pick this. I dare you not have the same opinion as me about Millwall. Anyway, but yeah, is that... Obviously, I want to be wrong.
Are you in this next...
We won at both.
Are you in this next segment?
Sorry, sir?
Are you in this next segment?
It's the dipshits.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucker. Right.
When the penny drops.
It will eventually. It's the dipshits. Slim pickings this week because I believe Andy generally was doing Sunday's games, and I usually do this on Saturday night. So, get it out of the way. But
yeah, you do it whenever
Chris
you choose.
Chris Iwulumu. I get this wrong every time I say it. Yeah, I think I got it right the very first time I said it, but it might rival Don Goodman as the most anti-Rovers pundit Sky have.
So is Chris Iwulumu a new thing then?
I think he's not proving very popular, but
So I might have to do a new thumbnail.
I think we'll give it a few weeks just in case, like he calms down, because they might stop using him. Because I think he's like third string.
Yeah,
He's basically you. If you go into a pub and they've got football game on, they've got a championship game on Sky, you will not be hearing his voice because you will have to press the red button to hear Chris Iwulumu. Yeah,
he's not quite. He's maybe been groomed.
Yeah, he is not a Goodman's
He
level.
went to the Andy Hinchcliffe School of Commentary.
I'm pretty certain he did because he's getting enough complaints that suggest he did. Worst miss in history, Chris Iwulumu. Let's have a look. Sorry, just so I have it teed up. So when the show ends, I can actually see it. But I thought he was a fine player, personally. Well, not fine player, you know what I mean. Like, solid.
He
for
was
the
at
championship.
Ipswich, wasn't he? It was that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a miss for Scotland, if I remember rightly. Not remember right. Oh my God! No, I've seen. Yeah, no, he's right. It's for Scotland. Yeah, it's in the Euro. No, I can't remember. It looks like it's against Spain or something. But admittedly, I'm watching it in the YouTube thing where like you can't actually hear it. But yeah, it's awful. It's awful, and he deserves to be fired probably. Anyway, nothing to do with it. Don Goodman, awful. See, there will be a goal in this game, but it will be scrappy and from a mistake. Q two belters. From Simon Martin in reply to Luton Town Exile, who was not a fan of Don Goodman on Friday night for, I believe it was Luton versus West Brom. Could be wrong. Anyway, Luton versus West Brom. Don Goodman just said, it's just about getting the job done now. That phrase is everywhere in sport nowadays. Incredible.
Just for because I know out there, right? Because in every walk of life, there's two sides to a coin, and there is going to be out there, right? People that probably won't see this, but could come across this and think that we hate these two people. Probably right. But next week, I want you to find a positive comment about either one of them.
Mate, I've got positive comments last week of people going, "This Iwulumu is all right," or no, the one where basically, like, admittedly, any positive comment is usually at the expense of another commentator. So basically, he's not great, but at least he's better than Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
There's no positive for Hinchcliffe.
Basically, I'm not going to hit you with the nuclear bomb, but a cluster bomb will do.
I can't wait for Don Goodman to start saying, "Finish the story." That's amazing. That's amazing. Anyway, if there's one good thing I don't miss about Championship football, it's Don Goodman on commentary. So tune in next week for more positive statements on Don Goodman. But it's the final one. Just seeing Don Goodman's comments on Sky Sports. It's almost like a cup final for Luton, and it's a big game for West Brom. Doesn't have that feeling of that to me in the slightest. I mean, you are hovering around the relegation zone, mate. So it kind of is. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a cup final.
No, I won't go cup final just yet. No.
Yeah. No. That's the kind. Like using Jimmy
They've
as
not,
a great example.
They've not come to Ellen Road yet.
That's true. They will though. They will this month. because
There you go.
and that's what we think it'll be. We think they'll lose this cup final at Ellen Road. Anyway, as Jimmy will say.
Oh, do we agree on that one?
Yeah, we do.
Do we agree on the score?
No, of course we don't. When do we ever?
Well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
I was going to say, why are you thinking we're conceding against Luton? How dare you?
Why do you think we were conceding against Plymouth?
Because we're Leeds. We always manage to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Why wouldn't I think of this? But yeah, right. Andy Hinchcliffe time. The more matches they show simultaneously, the lower down the barrel they scrape. But could have been worse, like Andy Hinchcliffe. His innate constant rambling's terrible. He talks a lot, but says nothing. He tries to sound knowledgeable, and is clearly biased against certain teams. That sums up why Chris we'll call him Chris. That's why Chris has a job. That's why Chris has a job. Sky go from ex-United Gary Neville as co-commentator for a Liverpool game to ex-City and Everton player Andy Hinchcliffe. Absolute genius, that. Referring to the Carabao Cup in midweek. Andy Hinchcliffe, Manchester-born commentator, commentating on a Liverpool match. And ex-Manchester City and Everton player, mind you couldn't make it up. Well, I didn't make it up. It happened. I mean, it happens all the time.
I don't think I care what you think of their commentary teams in whatever sport it be.
Nah. Because they'll turn around and go, why don't you do it? But then they did say that once, then they had people doing it.
You know which one I'd like to? Formula One. Just get to go around the world and do all sorts of shit.
Get to walk around the paddock.
Is
that the right word? Paddock?
Commentator.
Andy Hinchcliffe is one fucking dreadful commentator, in the words of Ryan Littler. And
couldn't have put it better
Andy Hinchcliffe, sorry, sir.
I said I couldn't have put it better myself.
And Andy Hinchcliffe doesn't half chat some shit, from the Kev Brown. And the last one just...
Is that the Kev Brown? Or...
It's the Kev Brown. No, sorry, you're right. It's the Kev Brown.
It is the Kev Brown.
It's the Kev Brown. And Andy Hinchcliffe, that bum-nosed fuck.
Looks like he's stuck it in a beehive, doesn't it?
Pardon my language.
Like? Did you ever watch Dark Angel?
I may have seen it. He literally does have a nose that looks like an arse, even when you take away that. And I don't mean to body shame anyone, but, he does. Like, you can park a bike between those cheeks on his nose.
He was one shit footballer as well.
But
he had a good game, though.
He had a good free kick on him. Like, I'll give him that. Like, the two of them I've seen on Twitter are quite nice. But doesn't mean I want to hear his opinions on football 20 years later.
The easiest part of football, right, is hitting a stationary ball.
But so many people can't do that. Anyway, so to close the show out, we're generally going to go for our Sunday roast. I need to get someone to do like a beat or something. Sunday roast. I can't. You can see why I'm not a drummer.
Speak to, God rest his soul, late Bandi's missus. Get the drummers from his funeral. There's some good beats coming from that funeral.
Yeah. Obviously, God rest his soul. But it's getting to the Sunday roast. It's the first round of the FA Cup. Tamworth defeated Huddersfield for the first giant killing. Oh dear God, no, says their fans. Those dogs are in danger. Those dogs in Huddersfield in danger, I tell you.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just another inconvenient, insignificant team. I mean, to say not inconvenient, insignificant team to us.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And Tamworth.
But we could have been one. We could have been one team. Thank
That's
God.
true. Yeah. Do you know Niall Ranger, who used to play for Newcastle?
Yeah, he scored, didn't he? Yeah, he scored.
Exactly right. He obviously put it this way, his Wikipedia, the section for club career is dwarfed by the section called legal issues. Now,
Can I
obviously, I'm
tell
not
you
going
an
to get into his legal. Sorry, sir.
interesting story about Niall Ranger?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
you know me, right? I like to tweet celebrities and send them messages, you know. Well, Niall Ranger was no different, right? But this is quite good,
I
Tom.
can
You'll like
imagine
this
what
one.
happened.
So I've read an article about Niall Ranger and his criminal activities, and this was just before Twitter, I think. So I Facebook messaged him, calling him a plastic gangster. So he proceeded to message my girlfriend and ask her if she wanted to go out. Fair play.
Well, obviously, Northampton Town must have messaged his girlfriend because he basically society put Niall Ranger away for his brutal crime. Too many to list, but he's paid his debt and now he's going to get revenge on Northampton Town, which he did. He did. Fair play to him. Hello, Rosie. How you doing? The Tamworth too. The pigs that escaped. One that someone we'll call him Ben, for example, sent me earlier in the week. It was a lie. He sent me it yesterday. I don't know what I said earlier in the week. It was yesterday. Tell a lie. If the Arsenal game, if the football game's finished at 4:45 by 4:46, this was in my inbox. Maybe next year. Got the kit on everything. But why
No,
is he
Rosie.
thinking maybe next year? Why is he? Oh, sorry, because it didn't go well for them at St James Park, did it? Sorry, Arsenal fans. You know I've got to do this. There was controversy though at St James's Park yesterday because, in my opinion, like last year, the ball was quite obviously out of play.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, how was he missed that?
How's the linesman not seen that this ball is out
Oh,
of
it
play?
makes me think cock. Balls are a bit high though.
They are. They must have been booted up themselves. I've got another quick quiz for you, Ben. Who's the odd one out here, and why?
Well, the obvious odd one out
Yes,
would
sir.
be third position, but I'd say Chelsea.
Correct. The odd one out is Arsenal because they're the only one there to have never won the Champions League. Prince
That is an
Albert.
80s league table minus Man City.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. There is another version of this doing the round which names Aston Villa as 2-time winners, but it's incorrect. They've only won it once, but they've still won it. If you wake
twice,
up,
did they?
yeah, they retained it. Yeah, they've actually won the Champions League more than they've won the league or the European Cup, but same thing. I believe they're the only team in that position.
And they actually won it when it was full of champions, not runners up and
that's true.
third and fourth place teams.
They are the actual 2-time Champions League winners.
Yeah.
So, you wake up, it's 2040. What will you Google first? Did Arsenal win the Champions League? To which Mr. Silas Esquire replies, he said 2040, not 3040. But speaking of that table you bring up and what's strange about it, Nottingham Forest go third in the Premier League after beating West Ham 3-0. Oh no, they're gaining on us. They must be terrified at the thought of having Forest back in it. Because they're crackpot chairman. Can you imagine their owner running around the pitch?
Something like 98% success rate in it, haven't they?
They must have. They absolutely must have.
1, 2 out of 3.
Well, in the European Cup, absolutely. Yeah, factually true. What are we doing now? Oh, hang on. I'm an imposter. Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest are the true elite English clubs. I'm just saying. They're all taking notes of what they're going to kill me for this. But in Arsenal's defence, and as part of my thing to basically prove that you guys, there is a media agenda against you, there's not. There's obviously not. When Man City lose away at Bournemouth with 11 men, but Arsenal lose away at Bournemouth with 10 men, oh dear gorgeous to Man City. You fucking donkey to Arsenal. Just pure agenda. Pure agenda. It's probably true though. But do you know Man City took a trip to an estate agent or travel agent, sorry, because they wanted to go on vacation. So they basically said, where's the best place to go this time of year? To which the agent said, you can't beat Bournemouth. Can't beat them. Can't beat the sandy beaches of Bournemouth. Anyway, hello, Brownie. How you doing? Have you come down yet from your high of destroying Norwich in their dreams of promotion?
Fair play to you yesterday, Brownie. I was happy for you. I actually thought of you.
He did. He actually messaged me and basically went, I'm laughing at Norwich. That may not be the exact words, but it was along those lines. He was thrilled for you. But I have got a live picture of Erling Haaland's performance yesterday against Bournemouth. He's going to regret what he said to Arteta, I promise you. But in all fairness, in all seriousness though, because people are going to think I hate Arsenal based on these memes, but the real truth is, the real winner of all the football results yesterday was Arsenal, because you might think Liverpool are the big winners, but the real winners were Arsenal, because they are still the Invincibles, despite Preston actually being the Invincibles. We were completely outplayed and didn't deserve a point, which makes the feeling a whole lot funnier. Yes. That's how I felt when we won at the Etihad.
You've got to stay in it to the end, that's it.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Football game's 98 minutes or whatever the ref decides.
But I have a more realistic illustration of the Arsenal Invincibles reigning supreme. Yes. Look closely, oil clubs. Oh, I see, Arsene. You're dressed in gold. Yes, because I am the Invincible. Because they beat the oil clubs. The oil clubs always lose a game. They may always win the league, but they will never win all the games. Fuck them. I lost a bit betting on Burnley yesterday. What the hell was gone wrong with them? Scoring goals, I imagine.
Yeah, it's called Scott Parker.
Yes, I was going to say that earlier, Ben, football. Actually. Yeah, I get the feeling they potentially could be the best team in this league, but they never will be because he is managing it. Say what you will about Daniel Farker, we have dodged a bullet by picking him. There's a reason you picked Daniel Farker over Scott Parker.
Right. They're a better side than what Company had. There's obviously still a few players that he had still there, but there's better additions in that team for me. Yeah, he tore that league up with that team. So
that's true. He tore up playing attacking football, which ultimately got him hired by Bayern Munich. Which I know it sounds absurd, but the fact that he tried to play attacking football in the Premier League, which was ultimately a mistake for that club in the Premier League, got him hired. So personally, for him, it was a great decision. But thinking of Bournemouth, do you know there is a team that has beat Bournemouth this year? Leicester City, you beat Bournemouth. Sure, you never have, because I haven't. Not this season, I haven't. But again, this wasn't Pep's first defeat this season. In league it was, but did Spurs expose a weakness that could cost Man City? They've discovered my one weakness, not caring whether I win or lose the shitty little Carabao Cup. I imagine he was quite disappointed in all seriousness, but it moves me. But getting into Ipswich, who also played Leicester this week. Talk about Ipswich. Hello to Stefan, because you say Ipswich and he just appears. He's out of fucking nowhere. Martin on Twitter said, Leeds fans, Ipswich Town Football Club supporting peace here. You were right, it's shit. From everyone at Ipswich Town. Okay. There's a second tweet. It's basically the same. Burnley fans told us, Leeds fans told us, Norwich fans told us, the Premier League is a bag of wank run by money-grabbing, corrupt shit cunts. I genuinely hate it. Hashtag it, ITFC.
But you need to be there.
Talk about
it's like a Diddy party. You need to be there, but you don't want to be there.
True. It's unsustainable to not be. The longer you're not in there, the work you basically, if you're not going forwards, you're going backwards. Again, ironically, very similar. No, his real name is Frank Grimes, the character, Frank Grimes. But yeah. That episode's great. Like, because obviously Homer. Anyway, sorry, it's not a Simpsons podcast, but still, despite the memes, let's mutton. Fucking hell. But I've got a live illustration of Ipswich talking with the authorities of football. Oh, look, it's Sideshow Bob. What a coincidence. I'll be your friend. No. Oh, no, you're mean. You're not a big enough club to get decisions. They should have absolutely had a penalty yesterday. Calvin Phillips should not have been sent off. He barely touched him. It was incredible. It was like... No, but he I know you enough to know that you would... If it had been Leeds player, you would have not said that this was a sending off. Because it wasn't. But the referee was just like, nope, blue shirt, not Chelsea one. Red card. Or second yellow. Whatever. But, anyway. They're in trouble, though. I mean, it should go without saying.
Yeah.
I would say if they ain't beating Leicester at home, the key to surviving in the Premier League, as simple as it sounds, you have to beat the other promoted sides, especially in your home game against them. You have to. I bet you will not find a promoted side that survived that did not win the games against the other promoted sides.
Shit.
I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's an actual trend. When we survived the first season, we beat Sheffield United twice, and we beat Fulham twice, didn't we? I mean, obviously that ended up counting for nothing down the line, but in the immediate, it's like that's how you get the points to get yourself over the line.
But what we failed to do then was beat the promoted teams that came up after that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things went wrong after that.
Yeah.
That Forest game killed us. I know it killed Jesse Marsh's job, but still, as it should have. But speaking of people who should get booted out of the Premier League, because in my opinion, they're not a true Premier League club, and I know Ben agrees. Aston Villa got booted up the arse by the Australian Ange. Yeah. Let the booting begin. Because, and there's Unai Emery for no reason other than he manages them. But still, got a live footage of Sean Dyche's tactics for yesterday's game at Southampton for Everton. And all that concocted to a 1-0 defeat.
Southampton are off the mark, which I was hoping wouldn't happen, to be honest, but it's bittersweet because it was Everton. So
I wonder how many Southampton fans wish they'd lost the playoff final. In hindsight, I mean, you never really want your team to lose, but like, there's part of me that wishes we'd lost to Anfield under Jesse Marsh. Because if we'd have got into the sack race or into the, the exchange of managers
quicker,
yeah, basically Aston Villa changed their managers quick enough to end up with Unai Emery. I'm not saying we would have ended up with Unai Emery, but we ended up
we
with
were a
managers
lot
that
more
no one else
attractive
wanted.
sell at that point.
Yeah.
Whereas the names we were going after were in more lucrative positions and in trophy silverware winning positions, and it was wait till the summer.
Yeah. We went for obviously it's known. People may or may not know we went for the guy who's currently the Bournemouth manager. We also went for Arne Slot.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you said, they were in positions where they were on their way to winning something in that current season. And they were like, well, no, I'm not going to drop this to fight a relegation battle with Leeds. I'm like, well, I kind of hope you will. But Chris, I'm deadly serious. We were in for Arne Slot. Which I know right now seems comically laughable, but yeah, I don't say he considered it because he didn't. He basically just went no. But
he would have had Somerville.
That's true. Would have had his mate. He'd have had to watch us sell him. But no, it's true. On to our Manchester United segment to end the show. Basically, going with Frank Grimes again, the popular one on these. But those are just the same players I've been using all season. Yeah, and Ruud got them playing well enough in 2 days to beat Leicester reserves his brains out. But they did beat Leicester reserves.
So you're ready for the next chapter with these?
Sorry, sir?
Ready for the next chapter with these lot?
It's basically going to end up with replace the Ten Hag face with Amorim.
No, this kid's going to win. He's going to win the Carabao Cup or something. Finish as high as they can, and then we'll give him a 10-year contract.
It'll be. Do you know?
He's going to spend a few $100 million, and then merry-go-round.
Do you know they triggered Ten Hag an extra year in his deal in the summer, and then tried to convince everyone he'd signed a new contract. It's like, why can't you just be honest and say you triggered the extra year in his deal just to save a few quid, but ultimately ended up costing you even more because you sacked him, which you wouldn't have had to pay him had you just not triggered the deal. But still, anyway, Anthony is only 3 goals away from a hat-trick. I'm just saying. Is this the Scummers' worst ever start to a Premier? It is. It really is. I'll be surprised if it's not. Anyway, they sacked Moyes for worse. Speaking of new managers, this will be their new transfer policy for the next 3 seasons. Remove the stone of underperforming former Ajax players. Woohoo! Attach the stone of underperforming former Sporting players. Hello, Gyökeres. Welcome to Old Trafford, where you will undoubtedly play worse than you did at Coventry. You play well at Coventry, but you actually do look like Sideshow Bob now because you're actually in place for it to be. Anyway, sorry. And the last one before we can all go home and rest or check our NFL scores or whatever. He'll end up going back there. I'm pretty sure of it. Jimmy. To end the show, kind of thought, what's the best costume for Halloween? Oh no, tell lie, we've actually got a question of the week. I forgot about that because of Ford already done. Anyway,
that's 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you spoiled.
This is Bruno Fernandes in big games.
It was Meslier against Sunderland.
Meslier with the ball bounces in front of him. Goes missing. It's Ghost. But yeah. I mean, you could put many
He's
people.
Gone all out there. Do you know if he came trick-or-treating at my house, I'd tell him to fuck off.
And yeah, so we might as well end it with the actual question of the week because it's a lot quick. I forgot to do the Plymouth one. As I feel I've already
before we
said.
start this, Tom, I want a question of the week off Russ next week.
Yeah, Russ.
He has to do some homework. It's been a while. It's been
he's
too
been
long.
sneaking off. Been sneaking off unnoticed. Roll up. It's our actual question of the week. Who is the only player his former Leeds, which is a clue, to have played an EPL game on Halloween and have all the letters to the word Halloween in his name? Genuinely true. Fuck it. I mean, correct.
Mm. Oh, fucked up question. Good question, though. I liked it.
And yeah, it's Noel Whelan for Coventry in their 4-0 win over Watford on October 31st, 1999. Congratulations to Russ Morgan, who actually got it right. So, congratulations. And yeah, I believe that is what Director John was going for as his grand masterpiece.
You win a subscription to this show.
Russ, do you want to win a subscription to this show?
Just press the button.
Fast fingers there, Russ. Maybe that's why Elvira was a fan.
Are you sure Russ didn't send this in? We just disguised it as question of the week.
It's almost as if that question rolls around every Halloween. So come back next year when I'll probably ask it again, not realising I already did. Because that's 100% been something that I would do. Because I'm very forgetful like that. Like I'll forget to do the usual question with Plymouth. But it will turn up at some point when I can't be bothered to do another one. Sorry, what? I'm always bothered. I'm always bothered to do it. A free subscription with perks and a T-shirt. Do we have merch? Do we have merch yet? What? With Elvira in it. Sure you want to see that in 2024? Shipped around in the 80s. So I'm sorry, I can't get cancelled 4 times in 1 week. Anyway, what? That being said, Ben, as usual, it's an absolute pleasure doing business with you.
Thanks, everybody.
It's been good fun, but it's also important to know this is going to turn violent. Sorry, sir?
Did we put the league table up?
I will do it again because why not? Why not?
It makes happy reading.
And with the league table every week, really. Don't know whether that's right to say or not, but it's my own fault if we don't. Obviously, we are in second. We can return to the top if results go away on Tuesday and Wednesday. More Wednesday than anything. Don't forget to follow Sam Greenwood's YouTube channel because we're doing a thing on there, and it's mainly, basically, I'm sat there like, you know, Johnny Carson, where like he's the host and I'm the laughing jackass. Well, I just sit there basically. It's like night off compared to this. Anyway, yeah. So that's a thing. That's a thing that happens. No, I appreciate you saying that, Russ. Great. You know, feels nice that people enjoying this. They're mainly enjoying it because of you, Ben, because you're a character, sir. You're the main man.
Thank you.
I mean, they'd never say it to you, but they'd say it to me all the time, and they're basically like, "Yeah, it's all Ben. Ben's the man."
No, it's a chemistry.
Yeah. Cheers, lads. See you on
Something to
Friday's
do with
Scoop.
science. Yeah.
And we're very scientific people.
Well, you know this. I've got a white coat. It's
Yeah.
professional and everything, and glasses. You see my glasses. There's the glasses. Look, scientists.
The sciences. I was looking forward to the Scottish Cup fight. She did pop in earlier for about 20 seconds, but she's still lurking around. Probably still got some, haven't finished a meth pipe or something. But anyway, sorry, what? Seriously, I'll need to go before I say something and actually get myself in trouble. But seriously, thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you to Director
Thank you,
John. That's
everybody
the
else.
thing we've got
Thanks,
to do.
John. Wherever you are.
It's a thing.
Rangers are probably on or something. So
yeah, good luck to the Rangers, of course. Thank you, Director John, for putting this together. Basically, if there's any part of it that you graphically think is not terrible, it's probably made by John. It is made by John. And anything that's remotely shaky.
If you don't like it, I just keep that to yourselves, because he's likely to just tell you don't give a fuck.
Ben's saying that politely. He'll have you killed, basically, because you know, allegedly,
Brooklyn people, Brooklyn.
He knows, folk. Obviously, double whammy week, as we've established. We'll be back next Sunday with hopefully wins to discuss.
Hopefully a 9-point week. And we can put pay to stupid fucking idiot here thinking we're going to draw at Millwall.
Oh, she is here. We weren't talking about you.
I did say hello to her, and you just blatantly ignored it when she asked everybody to like the show.
I did. I apologise. I would never ignore Rosie.
There you go.
Anyway, sort of stuff going on. Sorry, everyone's going to start saying like to Rosie. There's no point in me ending the show yet, but I will in a second.
Really, anyway, so it says ramble for 10 minutes.
Sorry, sir?
We're early. 13 minutes we've got. So
okay. What we that done in
very
13
well, thank
minutes?
you. I'll too, Rosie.
Well, you know what? I'll see here. Ben can interact with the chat, and I'll just start basically unsetting up the show. Like we'll do it live on air. I'm gonna unset it up because
we'll do a rough. We'll go on a Sam Greenwood show theme and just talk about whatever pops up.
Why not, guys? Work is actually okay. I'm back there.
But you don't want to talk about work, do you? Let's be honest.
Well, there's not really much I can say.
No, people come in, place bets, win and lose, and then
yeah. My job is more.
I can imagine you have some very interesting conversations at work with people. Yeah,
I do, and it mainly is me. Basically, you're basically like a modern day bartender in the way like people will tell you their life story, and you just have to go, No, sorry. There's three distinct phrases I use in my day where it's like, I know that's right. You got that right. I hear that.
So you're like an NPG in a. Sorry.
100%. 100%.
NPC.
I mean, I'm the main character in my story, but I'm very much
the
NPG.
I'd like to see Mr. Tom the musical. I think it's quite good.
I don't know whether it would actually get on Broadway or whatever because language
Danny
issues.
DeVito plays Mr. Tom.
Oh my god, Danny DeVito would need to slim down for that role because I'm a fat fucker these days.
I tell you, he's not alive anymore. But Bob Hoskins would have done a good Mr. Tom.
Well, he'd have the accent. I'll give him that. He'd be very accenty.
Oh, here he is. Fucking 10 hours too late. It's a good job I stayed on, isn't it?
I saw the film Brothers today, starring Peter Dinklage and Josh Brolin. Pretty good.
We've just done your eulogy, John, and you weren't here for it. But hello.
What do we think of Oasis ticket holders losing? Why are they losing their tickets? Are they dodgy tickets or?
I'm just not into gimmicks like this Oasis tour. It's just, I don't mind Oasis, but I think they're massively overrated.
I think it's this. I think people just use it as an excuse to farm content more than anything. Like a lot of the pages online that are basically like, oh yeah, Oasis, because they just know people can click on it more than actually think it's what anything of value.
Then you look at Oasis, and they're not doing it for the fans. It's like, you've got money, so why do you need more money? It's just greed. That's all it is. It was planned years ago, and there you go.
Yeah, all this. Not
You've got the money, and
of course,
you've got the money to spend on it. Then fair enough. If you aren't, you aren't. But I've not really read anything to have an opinion on 50,000 people losing tickets.
I just wondered if it was because the tickets are not legitimate. No idea.
What I don't agree with is things like Ticketmaster and stuff, and you often wonder how they end up with tickets to sell out things.
This is the answer. All tickets.
I'm not a massive fan of
party.
I'm not a massive fan of Leeds United's ticketing system, especially the away games. It's like, look, if you've been to 6 away games last season, then you get 50% higher chance. Well, that's just rewarding the same people with a better chance than everybody else. It's like, a lot of people would love to go to 6 games a season, but they don't get the chance because the opportunity for tickets is slim because of this rigged system. It should be first come, first served to all members every week. First come, first served to all members. That's as fair as you can have it.
I get why they'd have a season ticket. I get why that's a thing. Who would want to see Leeds anyway? Yeah. Why would anyone want to watch Leeds United? When they could go and watch Sevco instead.
You'd be typical. You'd get the away ticket, Tom, and it'd be Bristol away, and then that's what you'd get, the 0-0.
I see Leeds score goals in away games. I've very rarely seen a 0-0 in an away game. I've never seen Leeds score at Ellen Road. I don't know if people within this community know this, but obviously all the Leeds fans know this. But I've seen Leeds lose 2-0 at home to Liverpool. I've watched us draw 0-0 that was in 1996. In 98, I see Leeds draw 0-0 with Chelsea. I saw Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He was 10 yards away from me, missed a penalty. Yeah, we'll call it that. And then I see Leeds drew 0-0 with Aston Villa in what felt like a 0-0 loss. Because Aston Villa treated it like a 0-0 win. They're not a real Premier League club anyway. Fuck them.
No, they're not. They're not.
Really not. I don't care how many Champions Leagues they've been in. They're just not. I find the hypocrisy of it hilarious. How they were so insistent that we let them score in the Championship.
Yeah.
And then it was like, so why didn't you let Sheffield United score when the goal line technology failed?
Exactly.
And I've said this to Villa fans. They're like, "Oh, it's not remotely the same." I was like,
"It's exactly the same."
We had no obligation to let you score, because if we'd have won that game, we might have gone up. It's not true, but we didn't know
that physically ended any chance of us going up. Basically,
yeah. I mean, even if we'd have won that game, we still wouldn't have done so. But it's not the point. You don't know that at the time. But the fact is, Bielsa made a decision which fucked us. But he knew it would fuck us because he felt it was the right thing to do. It was, in all seriousness. I don't regret ever doing it. I'm just annoyed that Villa were so insistent that we do that, but then they wouldn't do it for Sheffield fucking United. And they've seemed to have been rewarded for it by the football gods, by basically surviving and going from strength to strength, getting Unai Emery and shit like that. And it's like, where's the football karma in all this? And I'm not saying I'm entitled to anything in football. We're just people that watch it. But it just doesn't feel right.
Deadpool FC.
Deadpool FC. They lost to Harrogate, if I remember rightly. So basically, now the BBC have to get on the Tom Brady Express because Birmingham are going to be their team now. Because we're getting no Hollywood FC Cup run against Premier League sides. So who are they going to get behind now for the magic of the Cup? Magic of the Cup. Just pure magic. Pure magic. 1-0 Harrogate.
Harrogate. There's only people in Harrogate that call it Harrogate.
Well, because I know it's not Harrogate. I know there's no W in Harrogate. I'm saying it how it's written.
Harrogate.
Hello.
It is Harrogate.
Harrogate.
It's just Yorkshire, isn't it? It's pricey in Harrogate. It's like York. It's just, but it's nice. It's nice.
Is it like the London of Yorkshire?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll give you 2-3 more minutes and then we'll fuck off, basically. Pardon my language. I really need to stop swearing. Let's do.
We're adults. We're all adults.
We are. But I feel like it's a bit like, you know, that Cardiff City fan? Like, and his videos are funny. Yeah. They are funny.
But you dated to be his son, weren't you? Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
You dated to be your kid.
I sometimes feel like when he asks his dad for the score prediction, he looks terrified.
It's like Michael Norman loves him, but Michael Norman's got kids. Would you love that to be your kid? I don't think you'd find it so.
No, I've got nothing. He's a nice kid. He's actually a nice kid. He goes on Brandy's channel. He's a nice kid, in all fairness. Like, I'm not picking him out personally.
Yeah, but he's got a potty mouth on him, definitely.
Yeah, but I'll sit there.
I think they said this on the square ball. It's footy rules. You can swear at footy, and I think that's got some sort of truth to it because I think he takes full advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he's swearing in front of his dad because it's at football. Yeah, that's right. But I do sometimes sit there and feel like a lot of it's unnatural.
Kid, right, when his mum's in the room.
He never takes his mum to the football. But no, in all seriousness, nice lad. But I do sometimes sit there and feel like eventually he's going to realise. No, the thing is, I'll put it another way. When he does get to about 16 or something and his voice gets deeper, he will then just become another guy that just swears in every video.
But at the end of the day, right, he's a kid that's allowed to swear. You're allowed to swear. You're a kid. You're gonna think you're an adult swearing, aren't you? It's just one of those things. You all swear with your mates, don't you? Outside.
Well, I actively try to not swear, but I can't help it. It just happens. Yeah. It's a natural emotion of things.
There's an intellect level to it, and it's down to your knowledge of vocabulary. And it's a laziness as well of searching for that knowledge of vocabulary. It's just an easy replacement. I mean, these words have no meanings and their origins and who decided that they were offensive.
That's interesting.
I mean, you can put the word fuck into many sentences to mean many different things.
It's a noun, isn't it? It's a describing word to something. In England, it is. No, what it'd be.
Look, there's some words. Look, I don't find any word offensive. It's just a fucking word at the end of the day. But I understand how some level of swear words, like the C word, and some people don't like it. I understand their dislike to it, but it don't bother me.
Yeah, I just think there's a bit of it where it's like, I think his swearing would have more impact if he did a little bit less, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll say as a person, I think I should swear less. But I think about it more when I watch those videos because I'm sitting there thinking, if you swore half the times you actually did, it would actually give more impact to when you actually do swear. apart from just every sentence going, come on fucking Cardiff or whatever. But again, you're at football, so you go, God, region, we swear a standard.
Matters.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Chris Dix is right. Like, again, I'm not digging out a 14-year-old kid for swearing. I just think there's ways he could be more effective about it. But again, as Ben is pointing out, he's right. Like, he's right. The fact of the matter is, he's just taking advantage of a situation. And he's taking advantage of it more because it's become obvious that we find it funny.
Yeah, of course. It's entertaining. That's what he's in it for, entertainment. Views.
Yeah. Who the fuck says, come on fucking Cardiff? Oh, I imagine that Cardiff City fan.
I bet Brownie did a fucking 95th minute yesterday.
Oh, my favourite Brownie celebration has been he did a live watch along, and Cardiff scored an equaliser at Swansea. It was their only point for about 5 games, and they scored at the end of the game, and he took his shirt off and ran around his front room. Now again, whether that's performative or not, it was funny. I bet it weren't performative to him in that moment though, because his team didn't have much to celebrate at the time. But yeah. But no, seriously, go follow that Cardiff City fan because his videos are good. Like I've watched a lot of Leeds outside of basically most of his viewers are Leeds fans purely because the Square Ball noticed a video where he was very upset because he'd been banned from YouTube, and he had 2,000 followers, something like that. I wouldn't have a punt on it. There's a limit to what I'd put on it. Like I'd do it for £1 to try and win 40 quid, but I wouldn't put 10.
They are going to lose chunks of games. They're going to lose some chunks of games. I think top lower half 13th. I think it's what they should be aiming for.
Considering their start, it will be a great season for them if they do just finish comfortable. If they're basically not in a relegation battle by February, they'll be through.
I think surviving after the start, they'll be thrilled. Go again next year with this guy.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Look, it's a long road. We all know this. There's a lot of twists and turns to come for every team.
It really is. Doncaster did it last season. Favorite. I like a classic McVitie's chocolate biscuit. Like the rich tea, but then they put the chocolate on top, like classic simple. I say classic simple. They're about £5 a packet now.
I'm a custard cream guy. I like to split it in half and eat the custard and then the biscuit.
Maryland cookies are not bad. I don't have it anymore really, but I like the bourbon cream, like the chocolate version of the custard cream. To my understanding,
I like the Danish. Do you know the tin you get at Christmas with Danish in the little paper cake cups? I like them.
Have you tried? It's a thing that's everywhere. Like everything's got a variation of it, but no Biscoff.
Yeah. Lotus Biscoff.
Yeah, but like that, there's variations of that on everything. But the actual biscuit itself, very nice.
They do a spread now though. It looks sickly.
It's definitely the sort of thing that you can have too much of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like 1 or 2 is a sweet spot.
When I was a kid, I used to get into the golden syrup and just eat spoonfuls. I used to have sugar sandwiches. So, yeah.
I don't eat Jaffa cakes personally, but I'm quite finicky with my food. So don't eat cheese. Anything cheese, nothing. I love
cheese. I love a cheddar, nice, strong, mature cheddar. Yeah.
Other than that, you've done that with the sugar ice, with icing sugar.
I used to do it with the icing sugar, but put a couple of drops of water on it, and then
Oh, what then?
Try it with a couple of drops of water on a spoon of icing sugar. Just does it right.
No, I've done it. What you got against cheese? I mean, you're right, because I don't like it, but...
I've got that feeling for onion.
You're a baker. You're a baker. I'm a candlestick maker. But, no, I don't know. Yeah, so...
Right, we can call it at that if you want now.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm happy.
No, I'll tell you what, go 5 more minutes and then,
Okay.
then we'll cut it off. But
I'm liking the silhouette of the trees in your window. It's quite cool. We're quite privileged. We've got a background with Tom tonight.
Yeah, it makes a change. I mean, you'll probably get more of them due to now the dark nights.
The London skylight.
Cheese is wrong unless it is melted in macaroni or pizza.
You see, I'm not a mozzarella fan. I think with a pizza, you've got to add cheddar to the mozzarella and the mix. It's too stringy. And
I'll tell you this, well, when I went to school, so this would have been about 1997, like secondary school, I once tried, because everyone went out of pizza, like at lunchtime. So I tried to get a pizza that was purely to see what it was like, which had no cheese on it. And basically, what I should have done is just got and bought a slice of bread and poured ketchup on it. That's all it essentially was. Massive con.
so what's a favourite of mine? Watsits and brown sauce sandwiches. Have you ever tried?
Food. No, don't
I
eat
know you
Watsits.
don't like
I don't like
cheese,
cheese.
so you,
No, but it's
yeah,
the
but
cheesy flavour, the smell.
They do have a flavour Watsits. So try it with the barbecue Watsits or the flaming hot Watsits.
Ben, do you think a korma is a proper curry?
Nah, not at all. I don't think anything that below Madras is a proper curry.
It's funny that gets brought up because she's done that for a reason. It's because it's well known that I do enjoy korma.
No, look, each to their own. For those that don't like hot food, right?
I'm fine with hot food. I just enjoy korma.
There's a korma and a masala in there. It's just like, look, none of it's proper Indian food anyway. It's all English.
Boom. Yeah, but no. In all seriousness, like always, basically, when the Rosie and the Arsenal lot try and roast me for eating a korma, I say the same thing. It's like I eat because I enjoy the taste of it. I don't eat to try and please cunts on the internet.
Apart from crisps.
Well, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
no,
but
the crisp segment is great.
Yeah, but it was inevitably that segment was to please cunts on the internet.
But I enjoyed those crisps.
Yeah, I'm not saying you did.
I mean, it's a fair point, but it's literally a curry. It is. I remember you specifically asked me
it's a
to prove that it
sauce.
was a curry, which I did within about 42 seconds later. I Googled, I found out where it actually... That's not checkmate. That's not a checkmate. That's absolutely not. It's bias stream.
Does it have curry in the ingredients?
Yes.
Right, well then technically you are right, but personally it's a sauce.
It's a sauce I enjoy.
Yeah, I'm not knocking you for it.
No, because I know she asked that for a specific reason.
I don't not like a korma. Do you know? It's not like I don't like them. It's just I don't. If I was to get an Indian, I wouldn't be buying a korma. I get a korma when someone goes, "Oh, I've done a korma." Okay, thanks.
I've had Madras. I've had at the buffet I go to. They do the tikka masala and the butter chicken. Basically, if you ain't got cheese on it, I'd eat it. I'd eat a more spicy curry, but I just happen to have korma. That's it. Coconut piss poor wishy-washy sauce. Fucking racism here. Nah.
She's roasting you.
One day she'll do a good job of it, but
Fucking wishy-washy sauce. Oh dear. I've never seen you speechless.
Not speechless, just I've had the same debate 6,000 times. So I don't know what else to say.
You wanted some backing from your cause, didn't you? And
I knew I wouldn't get it
do it.
because I know people are very specific about their curries and all that. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm still
Do you
going to
like
eat
a
one.
Thai curry?
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah.
I like
There's
curries
a couple of
with.
Thai curries that are curries for me.
When you
Thai
eat it,
green
do you
curry,
wish you were having a
cool.
proper curry? No, when I eat it, I wish. Here we go. Nothing braver about ordering a hotter curry. Again.
I'm not saying it's not about being brave. Some people
No, but it is
actually
that to a lot of people. It's that to Rosie.
Some people, yeah, they do it just to be dicks and then realise that they don't actually enjoy it. You know, just try, But I tend to go for a Madras because it's not overpowering. It's just it's on that level for me. But I can eat hotter and I can eat medium and fucking mild or whatever it is.
I just think there's a level to it where basically.
Yeah, and everyone's got a level. It's
you
called
go above
what your
that
taste
level.
buds can handle. Yeah.
And I know she's furiously typing right now to go, well, your level's obviously a Korma. Ha ha ha, that's really clever. But ultimately, I don't like hot food, but I know the difference. It sounds like you don't.
Right, we're going to leave it on the fence there.
She makes a few videos about cooking, and everyone thinks she's Delia fucking Smith. You should see how they talk to her about this stuff. Like, oh, Rosie, have you baked a cake this week or whatever? And I'm sure she has, and I'm sure the videos are fine. I actually watched one of them, it's fine, in all seriousness. But still, I will defend myself on this curry bollocks. Ben, no, I'll defend myself on anything. How many Indian people do you know? You asked me this last month, and I told you I know 3 of them.
3 of them.
That's the answer. Like, just.
I don't know any
Green
Indian
doesn't
people.
suit you, Tom.
I'll tell a lie, I do actually.
The worst in
Mr.
society are gluten-free people. What do you think of vegans?
What's the fucking point? Oh, look, it's their choice. It's just,
I said an answer.
I think it's a bit too far, veganism.
I actually have nothing against it. My issue is I don't need to know. Unless I'm in a situation where I'm going to be providing you with food, I don't need to know your dietary requirements. The same as you don't need to know
anything about anyone, do you know? And it's like that's the problem with the world. Everyone wants to throw the shit in your face, and it's like, fuck off. Just do it behind closed doors. I don't care.
They'll fucking tell you.
I want to know. I'll ask.
Barney is gluten-free, and she ruins
it's like
the
when you go to a
restaurant
shop or a restaurant, and you're halfway through your meal, and they come and bother you, going, "That's all right. Can I get you any?" If I want to complain about it, I'll tell you. Fuck off and let me eat my food. And you walk in a shop. Oh, can I help you? No, I just want to look. I don't want bothering. Leave me the fuck alone. When I'm ready to pick some, I'll ask.
Used to go to a Chinese restaurant called the Chinaman, and it was quite notorious because it was a fine restaurant. Like, there's actually, I wish it was still around, but the fact is, it was notorious for they would ask you every 2 minutes, is everything okay? Is everything, it's like, again, like you just said, if it wasn't, you'd soon fucking know about it. But
exactly, just leave people
I actually
alone.
miss their chocolate ice cream was delicious. Actually.
We was looking for wedding rings the other day. And, do you know when you just want to look? So I just kept it to windows, what was in the windows, because I just know that the jewelers are that small that you walk in, the minute you walk in, you're going to get bothered. And I don't want bothering, and I don't want you to go get 50 rings out of the cabinet, because I'm not at that stage yet. I'm just looking to have an idea of what I want. So I just want to look. So I didn't go in the shops for that purpose because I knew I was going to get bothered. It's like, just leave me alone. I'm a YouTube celebrity. I don't need this.
You're being viewed by 99 people on average per week. Just
yeah, man. It's dropped last week. I noticed significantly. But anyway, we don't do it for that.
You know what it was? I think it was because director John didn't come on camera.
Well, I'll have words.
That's words. How long have you had that plant, Ben? We'll make next one the final question.
October. It's my missus is my mum bought it for her. She's known as the plant killer. But that it's all right, I think.
You've lost the Madras mob. Well, that's because you must have told them. She's grassed us all up. She grassed us all up to the curry crew.
I had an Indian tonight. I can't remember. It was some garlic thing on the bone. It was nice. I didn't get a curry tonight.
Was it lamb?
No, it's chicken.
Okay. I had a combination curry yesterday. It's basically all the meat in curry. You've grassed yourself in, Tom. I don't know what that means. Like, how do you grass yourself into anything?
I think she means up.
I know what she's trying to say, but she's not saying it. And we already established we're getting very particular about grammar on this place. I hate doing grammar police shit. I really do. I hate that shit. Because, anyway, in all seriousness, because, what's that? It's nearly midnight. Anyway, do you guys get Offenders sauce in Leeds? What's that?
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Right. So, never heard of it. In fact, save time. I'm going to Google it and tell you what it is. And I'm no doubt I'm probably going to spell it wrong. It's a curry sauce.
Yeah, I've not come across it. I live in York.
Yeah.
It's half an hour from Leeds.
Baba's Kitchen or something. It's like anyway, yeah. So new in Scotland.
Is it a curry?
Magic. It's curry sauce.
So it's both.
What's the Leeds talk? I've heard nothing but food.
Well, you were here till we was about to leave. You only caught us because I said let's give them another 10 minutes. Because we'd been gone.
And funny because as soon as I brought up Rosie earlier, she fucking popped up like a fucking snake in the grass. What a surprise! I heard its name. What a surprise! But anyway,
you said it 3 times like Beetlejuice. She appeared.
Yeah, that's a mistake I won't make next week at 9:00 live on Sunday. But yeah, in all seriousness, have a good night.
Good night.
We're going to get out of here. So, in all seriousness, thanks again seriously to Director John for all he does for us.
Love you, John.
And yeah, it's a good lad. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, Chris Nix, if you're still knocking around in there, and Russ Morgan, although you already said it. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Have fun. Have a good week. Be safe. Take care. Wash your hair.
Peace out.
Sort of things like that. Yeah. Peace. I shouldn't do that. So I'm not 12.